What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how you can modernize your guitar playing in 3 simple steps. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so step number 1, hack the pentatonic scale. So we could easily say that the pentatonic scale is the most common scale, especially for guitar players. But not many people actually go in depth into unlocking its full potential. So let me just give you a simple tip on how you can make the pentatonic sound more interesting, very easily. So we're going to do that just by adding one note, which is the 9. So assuming we are in E minor, like the solo that I played before, actually E flat minor because I'm tuned half step down, it's gonna be this note here, the F sharp. So let's refer to the very classic pentatonic shape, something like that. So we're gonna have the F sharp here, 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 and here. So you kind of want to first visualize where the extra note is, and then you can add that to the shape. So it will look something like this. Obviously you can use the fingering and the position that you want. Now with this note you can just treat it like an extra note. So really you're still thinking like E minor pentatonic. So, but then you can land on that note, or you can use it as a passing tone, and it's gonna make the sound a bit more rich and interesting, hopefully. So you could try something like. So you see I'm kinda mixing the 9 into the pentatonic shape, and it sounds like something more interesting, and it's super simple. So yeah, that's definitely a starting point. And then there's actually more to it. So if you, for instance, substitute this F sharp with the G, so instead of the G, which comes from the E minor pentatonic scale, well, you can just use F sharp and then skip to A, so it's gonna be something like. You see I'm not playing the G anymore. That is basically the B minor pentatonic scale. So this basically means that you can mix the B minor pentatonic scale with the E minor pentatonic scale, and basically it's gonna sound good. Now, without really getting too much into the theory of why this works, you can just think of it like the E minor pentatonic add 9. So basically a triad with root, second or 9 and 5th. So B minor pentatonic. Basically this is going to imply an E minor 9 sound, which is cool in this kind of context. So again, really simple hack to make the pentatonic more interesting. So combine the pentatonic with another pentatonic a 5th above, so B in this case, since B is the 5th of E. And you can mix them together as you want. They're gonna always sound cool. And this is actually the last lick that I played in the intro track at the beginning. I played something like this. which is basically this concept. So I'm using the E minor pentatonic scale first, in this position here. And then I'm using the B minor pentatonic scale. So, and then back to the E minor pentatonic. By the way, you can find a transcription of the solo from the intro in the description for available for free download if you want to follow along. And so these are basically a few tips on how you can easily use the pentatonic in a more, I guess, advanced way to add some more interest and some more, I guess, color to the sound. Obviously, the more you're familiar with every pentatonic shape, the more you'll be able to mix them together as you want. So really make sure you have under your fingers every shape of every pentatonic scale, and then obviously you want to do that in every key. So you kind of have to do the work of transposing everything if you really want to master this kind of approach to the pentatonic scale, which I think it's the missing step from beginner, intermediate players who want to approach this, I guess, modern guitar playing style. So definitely recommend to do that. Let's jump to step number 2, which is very important, and it's once again phrasing. Now, I've been talking all about this subject on my channel lately. Again, the way you do bends, vibrato, slides, articulation in general is extremely important to make you sound basically more like a pro. So if we go back to what I played at the beginning, I actually started the solo with a bend on the high E. So, and as you can see already, this is not just a bend. I am sliding into the note and then bending, which again could be a more interesting way of maybe starting a solo. It has a little bit more to it than just a bend, It's more, it has kind of a vocal quality to it, and I kind of do the same thing later on. So again, slide and then bend. So it sounds more, like you're singing. It sounds more melodic, I think. I guess it's kind of what singers do. It has, it gives your guitar less of a static pitch and more of like a glide quality, I guess. So again, don't overlook these kind of things when you're playing. Try to experiment with all kinds of bends, vibrato. For instance, after this phrase, I do this kind of slow vibrato, which is really, I guess, a bend. I'm like bending into the C here, and then back to B. So kind of as I was playing. This kind of thing. And so you can add these little details to your solo to make it sound more interesting. Again, I guess it just sounds more like a pro, whatever that means. It sounds like you actually know what you're doing because you're taking time to actually go in depth into the tiny details of your playing. Obviously you have this kind of slow, kind of bend-like vibrato, but also the fast one, for instance. So you can really, again, experiment with many different aspects of your articulation, the way you actually play your phrases. And this will give you I think, great results in terms of how you sound. This is really gonna help you find your voice on the instrument, I think. Step number 3, arpeggios. It's, I think, a very good way of introducing some more complexity into your solos. Let's actually take a look at the arpeggio that I played in the intro. So it was something like this. Which I think is, it's kind of a mixed arpeggio. Is, I guess, so it starts with a C major 7. Arpeggio, but then the second part is actually so kind of like G sus4. So the point here is try to experiment with different kinds of arpeggios. You kind of want to use arpeggios to, again, introduce some more complex, I guess, shred time in your solos. So arpeggios tend to sound really open and wide instead of like more linear playing like scales. In arpeggios you can play larger intervals. If you do that right, they can introduce a nice contrast from the more linear playing, so scales, like the pentatonic, like we saw before, and then wider intervals for with arpeggios. So major 7 arpeggios, minor 7, they all kind of work, and you can even make up your own arpeggios if you combine them together. And I actually have a video on this subject here on the channel. You can check it out. I leave a link somewhere. So kind of like in this case, again, I start with a major 7 arpeggio. So C major 7, but then it proceeds to I guess a G sus4 sound. I mean, you can even just use the C major 7 arpeggio. But if you want to, make it more interesting in some way and more unique, you can easily just change a few notes from the arpeggio with other notes from the same scale. So here I changed the E with a D, and so kind of making a major 7 at 9 thing. But I could have easily played something else, like just experiment with the notes of the scale and try to come up with your arpeggios. So like you can take any note from, in this case, the G major scale, and make your own arpeggios. So you can mix arpeggios from the scale together. And again, maybe go watch my videos on that. But again, even if you just use straight major 7 or minor 7 arpeggios, so for instance, or like A minor 7, E minor 7, actually minor 7 at 9. Again, the 9 sounds, again, very interesting. So I guess it's a nice way of introducing some more complexity in your sound, and you kind of take advantage of larger intervals to create more interest in your solos. And so I guess these are my tips for building guitar solos that have contrast and that will make you sound more modern, I guess, whatever that means to you. Bonus tip: if you really want to incorporate a type of playing, so the language of modern guitar playing, really another important thing that you have to do is listen a lot. And I mean active listening to guitar players that you like, music that you like that has this language. Because remember, music is a language. So if you want to learn a language, you have to listen to that language to incorporate it, and then also try to learn as much as you can from the people that you like. So transcribe solos, learn songs, and try to, again, interiorize, incorporate the vocabulary, so then you can make it your own, and you'll see that you will start to sound more like that thing that you're consuming. So if you listen to a particular type of music, eventually you're gonna get influenced by that type of music. And so again, listening, active listening, is very important in this case. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe. Definitely I have more content like this coming, so if you're interested, make sure to subscribe, maybe even ring the bell to receive a notification from me when I upload the next one. As always, if you're interested, I do offer Skype lessons one-on-one, so just shoot me a DM on Instagram or Facebook, send me an email, whatever, and we can talk about details. In any case, I'll just see you, as always, in the next video. Ciao.